Well, hello, friends, and welcome to another WSIB Truth Matters with Joe Machado, where I separate the truth from bullshit, facts from fiction, in plain English. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm going to talk about a subject that isn't very popular among a lot of people, in fact, most of us. But it does happen, and I've had this request come up a number of times. So today I'm going to cover it for you. And I know that you're going to have an amazing weekend, and you'll be able to forget about the subject matter itself, because it's not really something we like to think about. All right, so without any further delay, let's get at it. And we're back. Well, hello, friends. So today I'm going to talk about a matter that is definitely not popular in any way, but it's important that you know this, and it's important for me to cover at least the basics. And that is survivor benefits and what happens when you die. Obviously in relation to your WSIB claim. So first and foremost, if your claim was after January 1st, 1990, the WSIB would have contributed into a loss of retirement income fund. For claims between January 1st, 1990 and December 31st, 1997, the WSIB contributed 10% into that fund. So you would have been receiving a future economic loss award. And based on the amount of that future economic loss award, the WSIB would have contributed 10% towards that fund, so that you would be entitled to receive that when you turn 65. However, if you die before you turn 65, then the monies in that account will be paid to your beneficiaries. And those are individuals that you've designated on your form that you would have filled out with the WSIB to advise them of who would be receiving that money if you died before 65 and before being eligible to receive it. For individuals injured on January 1st, 1998 to present, that loss of retirement income fund is less than it would be before January 1st, 1998. Another way that the WSIB changed the law to screw you over. But we're not going to get into that today. So, after January 1st, 1998, the WSIB was only required to contribute 5% of your loss of earnings benefit towards that fund. And if you pass away before you're eligible to receive those funds at age 65, then again, it would be paid to your beneficiaries, whether it's your spouse or children or whomever you've named on that form. So basically that takes care of any portion of any monies that the WSIB would have contributed on your behalf. There are 4 other types of benefits that the WSIB covers under the survivor benefits policy. And so I'll go through each of those 4. So the first one is survivor payments, and I'll put it up here on the screen so you can see it. So a lump sum payment is made, and a continuing monthly payment for spouses and or dependent children. The amount of these payments will be different for each claim. And of course, those payments have to do with how loss of earnings were calculated, or for those of you who receive future economic loss award, how those were calculated. And then upon your death, providing your death is as a result of your injury, then your spouse and dependent children would be eligible to receive some money. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is for the spouses or dependents that I'm speaking now. It doesn't necessarily mean that your parent who passed away as a result of an injury passed away as a result of an accident that took place. In other words, if a person is receiving treatment for their compensable condition and they die as a result of the effects of the treatment, then you may be eligible for survivor benefits as a spouse or a dependent. Okay, so important to keep that in mind. Okay, so number 2, funeral and transportation expenses. So I'll put it up here. The WSIA pays for all reasonable expenses connected with the burial and cremation, and they can pay these expenses directly to the funeral home. They may also pay for expenses to bring the family member home if they were working away from home. For example, if you're up north working in mining or in another province and you die as a result of your injury. Okay, so moving on to, before I move on to number 3, just a few moments to listen to our sponsor of today's video. Okay?
We know that connecting with the right lawyer or paralegal to handle your case can be overwhelming. Do they have the expertise to handle your case? Do they have a good track record? Are they affordable? We've got you covered. Legal Pro Connect takes the guesswork out of finding the right legal provider. We've already done the vetting for you and connect you with the right lawyer or paralegal. With the expertise to handle your specific issue and at preferred rates, get connected today. Visit www.wsibsettlements.com.
And we're back. Okay, so number 3, bereavement counseling. So for the spouse or dependents who require counseling as a result of their spouse passing away or parent as a result of an injury, the WSIB will cover or is required to pay for counseling. And I'll put it up on the screen here. You can also request grief counseling at any time during the first year after the family member's death. And so it's important that I impart this information to you because I find, in my experience, the WSIB doesn't do that very effectively, and you may go without benefits or services for which you're entitled to receive. Okay, so number 4. Support for spouses wanting to rejoin the workforce. So if your spouse passed away as a result of an injury and you required support to re-enter the workforce, the WSIB would consider that. And so the wording is actually, I'll put it up here. The WSIB provides help for spouses entering or returning to the workforce. If you think you may need this help, you need to request it during the first year after your spouse's death, but our services can be delayed until it is appropriate. So again, these are just the basics of what happens if you pass away as a result of an accident or as a result of treatment performed as a result of an accident or injury. If you have any specific questions about your particular case, then I recommend that you send us an email at our email up here, or you can check our website, WSIBsettlements.com, which is down here. And we have obviously a mechanism to provide you with free information. One of them is a free case assessment. So it's very easy. Just go on the website and click on the free case assessment. There's a questionnaire. Just go through it. One of our experts will go review it and then contact you and provide you some feedback. This is one of the services we provide, which doesn't cost you anything. And if you need hands-on help with your claim, then of course we provide those services as well. All right, friends. So it's a beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm assuming that you'll probably be watching this video either today or tomorrow. Hopefully it's a beautiful day and you can enjoy the outdoors. And so I made this a short one so you can watch it quickly and do what we like to do on weekends. Also, my friends, I will be coming back with other videos next week. I'm going to go to 2 video format per week as I have a lot of information to impart, and I want to keep you informed about what's happening with the WSIB. And of course, give you that information unfiltered in plain English. So yeah, take a moment to go on our website, and if you have any questions about this topic, by all means, we'll be able to help you. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I also invite you to become a subscriber. It's free. All the information we provide here is free. I've got over 180 videos now on many, many different topics, spanning 3 major legislation changes in the last 40 or 50 years. And I also ask you to share my videos with others, because there's a lot of people throughout this province who aren't aware of what their rights are and what they need to do or what they can do to find out what their rights are and to pursue a claim with the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board. All right, my friends, and as always, and until the next time, take care.